This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Right now, St. Louis police are investigating a number of shootings that broke out Saturday night. Hours ago, our newsroom learned that one of them turned deadly. Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Mike Bush. In addition to last night's deadly shooting, there was also a non-fatal triple shooting in a popular part of downtown. And once again, it has violence prevention advocates concerned. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings heard from one woman who says she can't stop the violence alone.
In the summertime, it always seems like it's the hardest for our youth.
It's the first time in a long time Precious Jones is broken down as we recapped a violent weekend in downtown St. Louis.
We have to save our community and save our village because this is not the way that it should be.
A man died Saturday morning after being shot in the head around 4:30 at 16th Street and Washington Avenue. 3 22-year-olds were shot just steps away from Broadway Oyster Bar and Billy's on Broadway. Jones is still recovering from the other day when shots were fired after a meeting to put good into the community.
And myself and another community member and State Rep Collins, and we ended up having to run for our life and hide in bushes with 2 kids.
Grief for her goes deep after losing her son, her nephew, and her brother all in 4 years.
You had to be a beacon.
Yeah,
It was like
just no choice.
Jones remembers fun summers in Missouri and support.
If your mother or something was at work and the neighbor cooked, you can go there and, get your bowl of chili or whatever. So they don't have that now.
That's why she continues to be steadfast in her nonprofit, Breaking Generational Poverty.
We have mentoring. We set up different events. We collaborate and volunteer with other organizations.
As elections approach,
On my website, I have a section where it has links for those that may want to get their names on the ballot to become politicians, just to educate themselves on the voting days and what it's for.
and as she walks the walk, she wants others to come along.
We have to do something, and we have to be consistent.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
And there are 3 violence prevention events Jones wants you to know about. A Stop the Violence basketball game on June 17th. That will be from 1:30 to 4 o'clock at McClure North High School. Breaking Generational Poverty is looking for vendors, and it's free of charge. There will also be a town hall meeting on June 20th hosted by Senator Mosley to discuss gun violence. And on June 22nd, Moms Demand Action will hold their monthly meeting on the topic. All of this information will be available on KSDK.com. Police are looking into another shooting that happened last night. This one put an innocent bystander in the hospital. At around 7:30, Jennings police responded to a shooting that happened near the BP gas station on Halls Ferry Road. There, they found a man shot in the hand. He was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment, but is expected to be okay. Police say several people were involved in a nearby fight. Shots rang out, and the victim was caught in the crossfire. If you have any information about this shooting, you're asked to call St. Louis County Police. You can also leave a tip to Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Right now, questions surrounding the impact of a pharmaceutical company's downsizing. Bayer announced it's making significant staffing cuts, which have impacts in our area. Bayer has a crop science unit in Creve Coeur, and it's not clear how many employees will be impacted. Bayer shared a statement with us saying it is making adjustments to its structure, but that it is committed to St. Louis. The legal road ahead could be long after a jury found former President Trump guilty on all counts of falsifying business records. And today, the first polls are in following that historic conviction. They show what impact it could all have on the presidential election. NBC's Vaughn Hilliard reports.
Tonight, voters weighing in, reacting to former President Trump's guilty convictions.
My reaction was bleep yes, because he deserves it.
I think this whole thing has been a mockery. I'm embarrassed for our country.
Trump leaving New York this weekend for his golf club in New Jersey, with a planned stop tonight at a UFC fight. And now we're seeing the impact the 7-week trial could start to have on the presidential race. New polling taken after the verdict showing a majority approve of the jury's decision. Most concerning for Trump is the impact it may have on the small pocket of voters on the fence. 11% of GOP voters and 26% of independent voters, suggesting they're less likely to vote for him now. but largely the historic conviction keeping the Biden-Trump rematch in that same months-long deadlock. Where it is changing things, campaign coffers. Trump's team reporting it's raked in more than $52 million since the verdict, narrowing President Biden's lead in the cash race.
No one is above the law was reaffirmed.
Republican legislators now lashing out. Several senators, including J.D. Vance, pledging that they are no longer cooperating with Democrat legislation or approving judicial appointees.
If they're going to try to throw Donald Trump in prison, we're taking the gloves off.
A difficult fight ahead for the GOP as their party's presumptive nominee faces mounting legal pressures. Vaughn Hilliard, NBC News, New York.
More than 100,000 NASCAR fans are in the Metro East this weekend. The Enjoy Illinois 300 is underway right now at Worldwide Technology Raceway for its third year. The event is expected to bring $60 million into the local economy. It's not just high-speed racing bringing people to Madison, Illinois. The Confluence Music Festival is underway right now, too. Adam Wainwright performed at 10:30 this morning, and T-Pain performed at noon. Headliner Riley Green is expected to take the stage 30 minutes after the final lap. We're taking a live look at the raceway now. It has been a beautiful day out at Worldwide Technology. Let's head over to meteorologist Gary Frank to see what the week ahead will look like.
Yeah, it looks like we're in pretty good shape overall. We're going to start to see, once again, kind of an unsettled weather pattern to start. And this is not one that's alarming. There's no big signal for severe weather, but there will be less than a clear sky like we had today, which was a nice break for some of those outdoor activities. What you'll notice, though, as those clouds are around, some of them are thick in other spots, even in the Metro East, as that storm that sat here and spun up showers yesterday. You'll notice that different direction, but a few showers north of Bowling Green. And that's where those clouds have kind of hung tough. You'll still see those spots that are hanging tough in the 70s, like Litchfield and Effingham. Otherwise, we've had no problem getting in the mid-80s for the most part. Into the rest of the evening, we're in the mid-80s, and we go to the low 70s. We're not going to drop quite as much. It's hot and humid, and that's what we'll see. Now, for the week ahead, we got some early unsettled weather. Now, there's a lot of dry time for the first couple of days, but some of these storms that set up, it's going to be hard to pinpoint the exact time, and I'm going to show you why here shortly. But we do have hot and humid conditions as well. Then after that, a nice dry stretch where we can take all the rain out. We'll highlight why we have this unsettled weather pattern and the most likely times that storms are going to arrive to start our week.
All right, Gary, thanks. Well, it's Pride Month, and one rising pop star is using her national platform to highlight some local performers. Originally from rural Missouri, Chapel Roan has been supporting and inspiring the LGBTQ+ community for years. And today, Mercedes McKay got to speak to some of the performers who often face controversy and false rhetoric, who are now seeing firsthand what support can mean.
It was literally like what every drag queen dreams of.
A dream come true for Visa Decline, Man Aesthetic Highland, and Chloe Curiosity. The three drag performers sitting down with Five on Your Side just days after the opportunity of a lifetime.
I'm used to hosting a show for like 40 people. So yeah. So to do a show with like that big of a crowd, it was just insane.
Screaming fans chanting their names at the St. Louis Music Park while the Queens did what they do best on the main stage. All thanks to rising pop star Chapel Roan.
It felt very validating, like this is what I was put on earth to do.
The Missouri native has taken the nation by storm, selling out venues and climbing the charts, all while sharing her story of what it was like to grow up in rural America as a member of the LGBTQ+ community. Chapel even saying to the packed house Thursday night in St. Louis, "Growing up here is tough when you're queer. I really needed this when I was 15.
She is a firm believer in letting people be who they are and be themselves with no ridicule or remorse about it.
That's why at every show on the Midwest Princess Tour, the singer has invited local drag performers to open for her, an opportunity that hit close to home for one performer who walked the same halls as the Midwest Princess back in high school.
Getting booked by her and being able to kind of share like a stage experience with her was like, again, full circle.
All three drag queens describing the night as electric and joyful, the perfect kickoff to a month that celebrates their community during a political climate that isn't always accepting.
Especially like right now with everything that's going on, I think it's so important. Pride is so important to just get out there and just spread the message.
It's a message of acceptance.
Being able to tell all these people like drag is not a crime and show all these young people like we're just here to have fun.
And one they hope inspires others.
Drag is almost like a superpower. you feel so small till you put on this cape.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
For anyone interested, you can catch all of these drag performers weekly in and around the St. Louis area. And to find out more about Pride Month, head to our website, kstk.com, and look for this article under the As Seen on TV section. You can also text the word Pride to 314-425-5355. And on Thursday, join us for the Gateway to Pride preview at the Missouri History Museum, celebrating the history of the St. Louis gay community. Our own Jim Castillo and Travis Cummings will co-host. Happy Hour starts at 5, the program at 6:30. The Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk is coming up soon. It's Saturday, June 8th. That's this Saturday at 9 a.m. in Tower Grove Park. Our own Kay Quinn is MC. Money raised supports breast cancer research, care, and support. 5 on Your Side has been a partner with the walk for more than 25 years. To register, text Komen to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link.